to see it up on a wall, to walk in here, as an artist, what's that do for you?
Yeah, the scale of it is enormous, and it gets even better looking the bigger it is. Because there's some art that, like, you create small and it's intended to be small, so it looks better small. But like all of the detail in this, like, really held at its size. The print job was great. The image from the Central Rappahannock Heritage Center from 1909 is, there's so much to look at in it. And then today's photo from Ramey Chapman, like, we have the modern, we have the old, they mix together perfectly. It's just such a great kind of overview, that idea that, not much has changed, but also some things have changed. And you can really put yourself in it. And it's, though it's not life size, like, you can see me walk up to this, like, it's a pretty big piece.
Yes. The great thing to me is the guy who's looking at his cell phone. That is so today.
Yes, right. And we have the technology change over time. You have the guys that are dressed up. It's just a casual Tuesday afternoon out.
Yeah.
In my full 3-piece suit.
Right.
And then you have today someone on their phone. We got shorts on. We're much more casual. The two mixings of the cars, the technology of cars over 115 years that are just happen to be adjacent to each other. So it's really the dynamism of the two of them mixing together that really helps this wall.
And then at the top, hello from Fredericksburg. It's just what you talked about to me, that this is the kind of thing you stand in front of and you do a selfie.
Right, yeah, this is like the modern day postcard. Like, you could, in the past you would buy this postcard, but now you probably just take your cell phone, stick it on social media, and you send that postcard to all of your followers. So hopefully it becomes a place that people like to have their photo taken in front of. And as a nice memory of visiting Fredericksburg. And locals too. There's a lot of reason for locals to come to the visitors. You think about it, and like the audience, you'd seem like, oh, that's out of towners. But this is where you come when you do Window Wonderland and you want to claim your prize. You come here. There's a lot of specialty tours around town. They can come here. The new visitor center has a meeting room that you can use. There's a gallery, so it'll actually be part of First Fridays now. So you can stop by the visitor center. Appropriate for visitors, but also for locals too. The idea of that when you walk in sort of the front doors, that it is this welcoming image. You have the one-point perspective that you're looking right down the street to really help you draw into this back wall to get you into the space. And it's oriented the same way as it is in real life. So if you were to basically remove this wall and look down Caroline Street, in 2 blocks, this is the view you would have.
Yeah.
I have a little caption here that says that it's just 2 blocks away, that if they want to, go and see it for themselves, they can. But it is one of those things that feels natural for the space. It feels right. It's not expected, but it feels comfortable. This is an abstracted view, kind of like an aerial view if you were kind of hovering over Stafford. And obviously we've taken some liberties with the proportions of things. This is such a long kind of narrow strip that have to jiggle some things and put more focus on downtown, of course. So you'll probably find all of your favorite iconic buildings in here, as well as some little fun Easter eggs in there as well. And this actually wraps 3 sides of the elevator lobby. So when you come in either from the garage or from Caroline Street, you get just a little 4-foot preview of it, and then it kind of unfolds into the elevator lobby, and you get this kind of long vista.
To do something this large, all of this stuff is large. Had to be a challenge, because I guess as you're doing it, you're not seeing it at these proportions.
Right. Yeah, and because it is so narrow, to fit it all on the screen, everything gets super tiny. So it's really about working on it in sections. And the first, iteration of it is just like, what is the view going to be? What's up? What's down? What's the focus? And then populating it with, all of the buildings, nature, the icons, and just kind of going through methodically, and then realizing like, you're 4 feet short and you got to do some other things. And so there's a lot of like, internal kind of working of it as well. The thing about the visitor center, because it's in a city building, you might be here to, do your early voting or to come up to community planning. And so there's, not just the visitors, but also the locals. And this has definitely like, I think will resonate especially with locals. And then you have the people who work in the building. So hopefully every time they look at this, they find something new in it. I'm really hoping that sometime, so this is on the opposite wall of where the elevator doors are. So I'm hoping that somebody's waiting for the elevator, they turn around and look at this and they get so engrossed that the elevator doors open and close and go on without them and they're stuck down here. But, an artist can hope. And I really look at this as a, this is a piece for the community. It's of the community. It's people's favorite things in the community. And it's really reflective, and it's for everybody.
Is there any way to clean it if it gets dirty or somebody touches it?
Yeah, that's a great question. Maybe we should do like one of those signs, like at the Louvre, like "Don't touch the art." It does have a pretty durable finish on it. I'm guessing that cleaners might penetrate that, but it is raised about 4 feet above, so they'll, where people are likely to come in contact with it, you knock it with a, holding a chair or whatever.
Yeah.
So hopefully it doesn't get too much wear, but I'm sure the manufacturer has specs about that.